fur balls, hairballs, fur ball. Hey wild things, it's Cypress. You may be familiar with PetLab Co because of their products for dogs, but now they have a couple of products for cats. They offer a dental formula that helps control plaque, reduce germs, and freshen breath. And they have a fur ball remedy that helps ease and reduce hairballs. My 4 kitties have spent the last 2 weeks testing these out for us, and they're ready to give us their results. This video is not sponsored. However, PetLab Co did provide these products free of charge so that we could investigate. We're going to start with the dental formula. Dosage on this is 1 teaspoon of the formula per 8 ounces of water. I have 2 water receptacles for my cats. One is a bowl and the other is a fountain, and both of these turned out to be about 48 ounces in volume. So I was able to just fill a bucket up to 48 ounces and put in 2 tablespoons of the formula and stir it in. And that worked very easy for me. The rate at which my cats go through water, this was basically a 3-week supply, which means if you have 1 cat, this would be a 3-month supply, unless that cat is on soft food, in which case it probably will last longer. My cats are on kibble because I'm cruel and mean. So this product was of particular interest to me because my cat's dental health is a sore subject. A year and a half ago, I took 2 cats in to get dental cleanings. They didn't have any problems, but they were 4.5 years old, and I wanted to do a preventative cleaning so that they wouldn't have dental problems down the road. I took 2 cats in, and I got 1 cat back. One of them just didn't come back from the anesthesia. And it was such a stupid way to lose one. There was nothing wrong yet. It was meant to be a preventative measure. So I was intrigued by this product because anything I could do to help them with their teeth that doesn't involve anesthesia, because I'm not going to take a cat back in for that procedure ever again. It's just no. This is not a replacement for brushing their teeth. There is no substitute for actually physically scrubbing that stuff off of their teeth, but hi. PetLab Co claims that this reduces germs and plaque. Hi. Okay. Dental indications among my cats. I have 1 cat that's almost 6 years old. Yes, hi. Am I disturbing you? She had a tooth cleaning almost a year and a half ago. Her teeth are in great shape. I have 2 boys coming out of their teenage stage. They're young enough. Their teeth are also in very good shape. And I've got 1 who's almost 3 years old and not hovering at the moment. And she's still young enough that her teeth are also in very good shape. None of my cats have any visible gum disease or any plaque buildup, but the 2 young boys have since kittenhood had a mild but noticeable halitosis. That worries me because that means there's already stuff happening in their mouths and they're very young for that, so I do worry about their long-term dental health. So with the dental formula, they claim that there is no odor and no flavor, so it does not affect the cat's drinking habits, which is good because, as we all know, if you change a cat's water, they will usually throw a fit. So the fact that this doesn't have any flavor to it, any noticeable odor, is a really good thing. However, I did notice you can get a little bit of a whiff. It's, I guess it's the chlorine, but it's mild enough that it almost smells powdery. And I do think the cats did have an awareness of this smell. They paused at their waterer after the change, but PetLab Co was correct. They went ahead and drank the water anyway, and it didn't seem to bother them other than that initial, something's different. These guys are really good water drinkers, thank goodness. So the first thing I noticed with the dental formula was that after 2 or 3 days of the cats drinking water with this in their water, the boys no longer had bad breath. Like, that was gone. Which means those germs, whatever's happening in their mouth to rot things, that's not happening anymore. So I was very impressed right from the start. Now I'm going to show you their teeth before and after. Our first cat is Jezebel. Here's the before. Here's the after. I think there's a little bit of an improvement, but it's really hard to say. After 2 weeks, there wasn't much room for improvement to start with. Second cat is Frankie. She's never had any work done. She's probably the worst one of the bunch, although that's not saying much. And here's after. And I think her teeth look whiter. And my apologies, this video quality, I don't have extra hands to help me zoom in. Cats aren't very cooperative when it comes to showing you their molars. I was doing what I could with the tools that I have. I only have 2 hands. My cats are very, very tolerant, but they have their limits. Alright, this third set of teeth is TYCHO's. Here's the before and the after. And finally, Archimedes, before and after. Now, with the 2 boys, if you can tell, there's a little bit of redness between the gums and the teeth. Their adult teeth are still fully coming in and everything is, I don't know, finding room, and I think that redness is just still late stage teething. All right, dental formula. I think this product is effective. The fact that it freshened their breath right away indicates to me that it is having an effect on the bacteria situation in the mouth, or the germs, whatever it is that goes on that's not good. I think this is a pretty effective product, and I would recommend it. One thing to consider with the dental formula. One of my cat's water dishes is a fountain, and that fountain uses a filter. I checked with PetLab Co. They got back with me pretty quickly. That filter would filter out the ingredients in the dental formula, which means if you're using a filter to keep the cat's water clean, it will absorb the dental formula back out of the water and you won't be getting an effective product. I had to remove the filter from their water so I could keep the fountain action going, but this is not indicated for use with a carbon-based filter. Just gonna throw that out there in case that might cause an issue. Now with the Hairball remedy, PetLab Co. recommends half of a teaspoon per day for an adult cat. At that dosage, this bottle is a 1-month supply for 1 cat. There are 4 cats in this house, and we were doing the trial for 2 weeks, so I gave them half a teaspoon every other day. In this house, indications for the Hairball remedy include the 2 boys are short hairs, they're young. I have had 0 issues with hairballs with them thus far, but the 2 girls, Frankie is a medium hair, so every now and then I do find little half-felted knots of hair that she's expectorated, usually with my bare foot is how I find them. And then Jezebel here, you've probably noticed in some of my recent videos, she can tend to be nearly naked on her back half. She is a compulsive over-groomer, will sometimes flat out chew her hair off. This is due to stress, or it is due to itching, and during the wintertime her skin gets dry and it drives her crazy. This is sort of an ongoing problem with her, and she does sometimes vomit up combinations of food and hair. Yummy. So my cats are really good sports about participating in my YouTube efforts.
Don't knock that over, dude.
And I did get a hairball the day before we started the trial. They're very enthusiastic about contributing to the efforts here. We used this product for 2 weeks. As I said, I did basically half the dose because I gave them the dosage every other day. In that time, we had 0 hairballs. In 2 weeks, I didn't get any hairballs. Usually I get at least 1 or 2 a week. I'm gonna say this works. With cats, a really big question is, will they actually want to eat it? So there are 2 recommended ways to administer this. One is to just mix it up in their food. The other way is to just wipe it on, say, their paw so that they have to groom it off and swallow it. I did not go for this option because 1, I don't want to be mean like that, and 2, I don't want to find evidence of their retribution somewhere. So we didn't go for that. And the first day, they flat out refused it. They were offended. I got paw shaking. They were not into it. Absolutely refused to touch it. I ended up having to go ahead and feed them regular. But I left the food with this product mixed in it. I left that out anyway. By the time it was time for the final meal of the day, nobody was nagging me for food. The food that I had left with the Hairball remedy in it was almost all gone. So somewhere in there, they got hungry enough to decide to try it, and they decided they didn't hate it. The next time I fed this, 2 of them were eager. TYCHO was so excited about it. He didn't even let me finish mixing it before he gobbled up his dose all by itself. The other 2 were not as interested in it, and in fact refused to eat it to this day in front of me. I know they're eating it because then they don't continue to ask me for food, and it gets eaten, but they don't want me to see them eating it. They don't hate it enough to not go ahead and eat it, but they're still kind of protesting a little. So I don't care if they don't let me see them eat if they're gonna eat it. Cats are really finicky about what you feed them. I really didn't think all 4 of them would be willing to eat this stuff. So that's a really good sign that this is fairly universally palatable for most cats, I am gonna say. Now, one thing I wanted to point out about the Hairball remedy is a few months ago I had a cat at the vet. We thought we might have a blockage. The vet gave me a very similar product called Laxatone for processing hairballs. So I compared these 2, and the ingredients are very different despite the fact that these are basically the same product. The Laxatone that I got from the vet includes white petrolatum, soybean oil, and light mineral oil. That's all petroleum products. That kind of grosses me out. Like, maybe this is more effective for medicinal purposes. Maybe it really lubricates the whole system. PetLab Co, on the other hand, the ingredients include, first of all, soybean oil, so they do have that in common, hydrogenated vegetable oil, dextrose, fructose, cod liver oil, that's probably where the tastiness comes from, flaxseed oil, natural chicken flavor, lecithin, vitamin E, calendula extract, and rosemary extract, and some silica. Everything in here is a naturally occurring oil. The cod liver oil can't be bad for them at all. This ingredient list really impressed me, especially compared to what the actual veterinarian recommended. Alright, so taking all of that into consideration, taking in the ingredient list and the effectiveness and the fact that my cats will actually eat it, I'm gonna say I recommend this product. That is PetLab Co's feline line. There's only 2 products so far. I'm guessing that's going to change as they get a foothold into cat health products. So thank you, PetLab Co, for sending me these products so we could try them out, because I'm actually really impressed. I would continue feeding these products. As we all know, cats are about the pickiest eaters on the planet, so the fact that all 4 of them easily tolerated both of these products is a really good sign that your kitty cat might actually tolerate these products. So way to go, PetLab Co. I'm recommending these. Let me know in the comment section below if you're interested in trying these. If you have tried these, what's your experience with them? Let's get a discussion going, and you can keep track of me by following me on Facebook and Instagram, and by subscribing and clicking the bell. And until the next video, keep your kitties wild. I'll see you next time. By the time it was time, it sounds awkward. It makes me worried that they're going to be predisposed. Furnace. on this shirt that everybody is so intrigued by it? They're all smelling my shirt since I put it on. What did I spill on this shirt? Hey! Don't break that. What?